In order to take control of my body, a few thugs planned to act in broad daylight. Luckily, the car engine was too loud, and I noticed something was wrong early. I decided to escape through the back door. However, after taking just a few steps, I found the back door was already blocked. They moved quickly, and in no time, they stormed into the house. I started to panic and could only hide under the table, waiting for a chance to fight back. The thugs searched the house, seemingly unable to find me, so they began to rummage through things. I seized the opportunity to run out quickly, but when I passed the kitchen, the kettle let out a sharp sound. I panicked and had to quickly hide in the storage room. The thug heard the noise, moved the kettle aside, and signaled his companion to find my whereabouts and cut the phone lines to prevent me from calling the police. I nervously passed the storage room and hid upstairs, but the bearded man soon followed and started smashing things on the table. I quickly ran downstairs to the stairs. Just when I thought I had escaped, I got stuck at the door, gasping for breath, which stunned the thugs chasing me. They dragged me into the hall and started questioning me. Why didn't you run when you had the chance? I stopped hiding and honestly said that I had a mental disorder since childhood and would faint whenever I left the house, so I had been stuck at home for 10 years. The bearded man didn't believe it and immediately dragged me outside to test. Unexpectedly, as soon as we tested, I suddenly became like a completely different person. My gaze became blurry and I wet myself in front of him. The thug quickly pulled me back into the room. He didn't want to hurt me, he just wanted to know where the money was. I said, in the basement. They rushed to the basement with me but were stunned when they got there. There were 2 wooden doors in the basement and they seemed to be locked from the inside. No matter how hard they pushed, they couldn't open them. Upstairs, the long-haired thug was keeping an eye on me. While I was changing my pants, he suddenly pounced on me. Luckily, at the critical moment, another thug arrived and stopped his shameless behavior in time. The thugs couldn't open the wooden door, so they came to ask me how to open it. When they entered the room, they discovered I had already disappeared in the chaos. However, they were not in a hurry. Since I had a mental disorder, there was no way I could escape from the house. The bearded man wanted to speed things up, so he started attacking the parrot I kept, hoping the parrot would stand up and help him catch me. I didn't respond, and as a result, the parrot was smashed into pieces. I ran to the bathroom, ready to catch my breath, but unexpectedly, the long-haired thug heard the noise and came looking for me. The thug didn't hurry to go, thinking the long-haired one could handle it easily, and in panic I grabbed a hairpin and stabbed it straight into the long-haired thug's neck. He realized something was wrong but couldn't make a sound anymore and collapsed to the ground, soon losing his life. A few minutes later, the thug hadn't heard from the long-haired one, so he rushed to the bathroom to check. They found a pool of blood on the floor and followed the blood trail to the basement, where they found the long-haired thug already dead. The thug was furious, swearing to avenge his companion. At that moment, the bearded man noticed that the wooden door, which had been tightly locked earlier, had mysteriously opened. He pushed the door open and found me, panicking. He was about to grab me, but I quickly closed another door. The long-haired thug was rummaging through the room and found a microphone in a drawer. He took it and shouted into it, feeling that his voice instantly spread far. He immediately found the thug and said, "This house is kind of strange, we should leave quickly." But at that moment, I opened the alarm clock and casually turned off the switch. Before they could react, the stairs suddenly transformed like something from Transformers and quickly retracted into the wall. The long-haired thug never expected that 3 big men breaking into a house to rob would be trapped by a woman. Afterward, I found the curly-haired thug, and he believed that even though he had helped me, he was still a bad person at heart. I didn't want to listen to his explanation and directly pushed him into the basement, then turned on the monitor, calmly watching my masterpiece. I saw the opportunity and immediately grabbed a switch, walking up to them ready to carry out my next plan.